Hello, this is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. And welcome to my attempt to claim Friday nights. Yes, you heard it. Um, yes, for some of you that aren't aware, I said at first I was going to do a Thursday night weekly show, but I figured doing something on Friday nights would probably be a little better because, Friday nights. Just because it's Friday. The day Friday is always associated with some good things. Like number one, Friday is the end of the work week for some people, and a great weekend to look forward to for those of you who have the privilege of being able to say that. Also, you have a trilogy of films that really resonated in the black community and made quite a few people rich. So, Friday's always been symbolic of a good day. And what I figured was if I did a weekly show on Friday, I could have something good to offer everyone, especially on YouTube. Um, yes, my playbacks are pretty good. So I do appreciate everyone for tuning in. Uh, yeah, but this just like this kind of thing is just like weighing heavily on my mind. I don't know, just looking at social media. Sometimes I be thinking like the audacity of people. Sometimes and I like, I mean, really, honestly, it's not that serious. I just be kind of just because really, honestly, they tell you, don't take everyone that you see on social media seriously. But a lot of the times, those very same people that do that take things seriously on social media. What can I say? But I I can start out like by saying, I came on YouTube just to kind of help balance out the conversation, um, because I truly believe that this is a two-sided conversation that happens here. Everything is just basically cause and effect. Because you said this, it affected in how I respond to you. And the thing is, I was watching a broadcast like not too long ago, and it would seem like the framing of the conference. And let me not even sugarcoat it. I've seen plenty of broadcasts like this. It seems as if it's like, okay, and all right, I gotta go here. There seems to be a lot of complaints about the rhetoric of black men. There are dozens and complaint on top of complaint, and I'm not exaggerating about things like this, or nor I'm complaining, nor I'm crying, nor do I want the people who do this kind of thing to stop. I mean, shoot, I kind of welcome it actually. It's I told somebody told me a while back that it must be a pretty miserable existence for me to see everything in black and white. Mm, and I said, "Thank you," or something like that. But it's like it's just that's how I see things. Either something is one way, or something is the other way. Doesn't matter to me. What's right is right. It is what it is. It is what it is. It's pretty easy to twist up something into what you want everyone to think, but it's kind of difficult to get your point across to to the other side who won't listen, and then they ask you, well, why do you care? What I'm saying is I care because I can't seem to avoid it. I don't think any of us can. You know, I told somebody, and I hate to be vague, but bringing names into it is not really good practice. Um, I told I was saying something to the effect of the affectability of the narratives. Saying that no matter how much that you say you don't take this stuff seriously, you're always gonna read something or watch a video that's going to touch you. Okay, so you can put up the front all you want, but you always end up exposing yourself. So it's like this. I don't come on here with a large amount or even a little amount of hypocrisy. Like I say, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's a two-sided conversation. And that's just the way it's going to be over in this little space on YouTube. Now everyone else can do how they want in their spaces, but hey. But anyway, shoot, I hope everyone is having a good week. Um, yeah, people still like not really doing good with social distancing. From what I see, there's this video on social media around going, COVID party, and it's just like people putting themselves at risk, but at the same time, I think people deserve better answers. So this kind of anarchy doesn't have to pursue, and we put lives at risk. I think that we should try to. I think that the powers that be should try to make an effort not to lie to the public, because it's causing a lot of discourse and it's costing a lot of lives. I mean, and you can blame it on what you want. You can blame it on this unrest of people. You can blame it on our current administration, which a lot of people are doing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Speaking of our current administration and our the way we handle politics, I know a lot of people are into the presidency, and who's going to be president and who's going to win, the Democrat or the Republican. Um, and I'm going to start seeing a lot of like a growing sentiment, which I'm happy to say it's a growing sentiment, is maybe we need to start looking at our local elections, the people who run locally, because that's the first, those are going to be the first people that affect us. And honestly, I remember, every time, ever so often when the Obama argument comes up, people often say, and this is for the next time you hear somebody say this. This is for the people who say, well, Obama was America's president. He wasn't black people president. Here's what you need to throw back at them. Well, you know what? You need to get to know your local politicians then, since you think that the presidency doesn't affect anything. And then when you say the president is, when people say the presidency doesn't affect anything, then maybe you can throw out why y'all so mad with Trump. And I'm not saying people don't have a reason to not be mad with Trump. Trump is not a good president. In fact, it's pretty safe to say he's probably one of the worst. And that's just a matter of opinion, and that's up for debate, because there's a lot of black men that think that President Trump is one of the best presidents that happened to black people in a long time. And and I feel like that's up for debate. But at the same time, it's what a black man thinks. I'd kind of look at me personally, what I think. I kind of look at it as they're two sides of the same coin. It's like I kind of lost faith after Obama. I mean, he's a great orator. He's a great orator. He's a professional. But I think I'm on the side of the people that say, "Hey, you know what? He really didn't do anything directly for us." A lot of people hate when a black man says that, but hey, a black man is saying it now. A forward at least. But I mean, it all depends on how y'all feel about that. I'm not knocking the guy for setting up a life that is in fact generational wealth. He does have enough money to do that. It's just that why not lay the political groundwork, so we, as especially for the black family man, to be able to pave the way for opportunities, so he can so we can we know how to go out and get it ourselves, but not put too many barriers in front of us. I'll say that much. You know, and really honestly, I can't speak it like it's just black men, for black people across the board. Because then when you start talking about, political agendas for only certain groups of people instead of us across the board, then that's where a lot of the division starts to come in. I mean, I know how to be a black man that can speak up for black men and include black women and black children in the agenda. But here's the thing with people who like to talk to us in certain ways. You're going, like, I would say the most that, like, a lot of people say is, well, black men are going to have to learn how to lead. Well, here's what I'll say to you guys. Some of you are just going to have to learn how to take suggestions. I mean, leaders do drop suggestions. I've been a leader in certain situations. Not, I'm not claiming that I am a leader of black people and I am a leader of black men. you know, but at the same time, if you keep throwing this word leader at black men, then we're going to have to, as black men, define what a leader is for everyone to see. Everyone that says that black men doesn't lead has not given a clear definition of a leader. So everybody calm down. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Instead of sitting up here telling black men what to think because of, maybe you don't like the suggestions that are being made. Black men need to talk about this. Black men need to talk about that. I've watched plenty of broadcasts like that. I mean, people may not think I'm watching, but I watch, I watch just a little bit of everyone. You know, here's what I don't see, unless, of course, I've missed those broadcasts. I don't see a panel full of black men talking about, oh, I hate my mother, I hate my cousin, I hate anything female that's black. Oh, black, black, blackity black, bitches, all the other stuff. I hate black men. I don't see that. I'm not saying those guys don't exist because that's just willful ignorance. I know that there's some toxic people out there. But the way this other folks sometimes puts it, it is a massive exaggeration. Massive. It's like, I don't know. It's like every time I look at one of these social media platforms, is always the same, like, sightless crap that everyone complains about. Instead of having a civil conversation, it just it degrades. It degrades into the same mess every time. But I just, for everyone that's paying attention, I can only speak for myself as a black man. I don't like being approached by anyone, if and that includes another black man telling me what black men think. Because in the women, and I do expect a lot of things that we complain about the women doing. I actually expect a lot of it. Doesn't make it any better. And if there is a way to push back without being violent and threatening and intimidating, then by all means, take that path. You know what that path is called? It's called words. It's called words. It's called verbiage. Because there's nothing wrong with disagreement. No one ever has ever gotten injured from disagreement. No one's ever bled out because somebody blatantly disagreed with them. Oh man, what's wrong? Oh man, he died. What happened? He or she got disagreed with. It's over with. Say goodbye. Call their mother. No one's ever gone through that. I don't know. Just I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe people see, maybe I'm seeing something that other people don't see. Maybe people see some things that I don't see. Hmm. Yo, peace to Rogish, the build monger. Hmm. Yeah, man. I mean, I just shoot. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, let me remind those that watching is to please to check out the community tab. I post there too quite often. It was enabled very shortly after I passed the 1K mark. Is my subs, and I post there quite often, so check it out. Some of the stuff be funny, but a lot of it got a little hint of truth to it. Plus, I do my best to, uh, whenever I see another YouTuber's broadcast that I like, I'll put that in my community tab. So just in case my subscribers don't know who that person is, I'll tell check them out. Maybe drop them a sub. Because I believe in that. I believe in that. I think that the black sector of YouTube does a lot for the YouTube platform itself. And I think that people need to take that more seriously. So I dropped the link for anyone who would like to come up and join me for this conversation. Yeah, because, we'll probably be about another hour and a half of, nothing but straight chilling and chatting. So once again, I will announce that this is my attempt to take Friday nights. One thing I do know is that it's going to take a little consistency. People have to know you're coming in order to tune in. For those people who are viewing right now, if you heard me say Thursday a few weeks ago, disregard that. It's Friday. It's Friday. And I always already explained the significance of having some on Friday. Friday is usually a party day, but because of COVID, ain't too much of that going on. So, might as well have fun on this platform. I like fun, interesting conversations, but I also like to control whatever conversation happens here, you know. So everybody remember Friday nights. Friday nights. So yeah, the question is, why are you telling black men what black men think? This is what this broadcast is about today. Why are you telling black men what black men think? Okay, let me give you an example. Ever so often, you will come across a social media. Hmm. Ever so often, you come across a social media folks and people saying, "Hey, hold on one second, Rogus, you need to connect a mic or something." They won't let me bring you up until you do that. Yeah, but anyway, let me see if I can pull a pic off Google real quick so I can give y'all more of a visual. But think about that question. Okay, if you're a black man, it's like, how often do you frequent social media and everybody's like, they don't like the path of that the conversation takes, and all of a sudden we're doing this whole thing of what black men should talk about and what kind of conversations, excuse me, that we should be having. And my thing is, I feel like I can talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you're a grown man, that's your right to do so. You know, we got cops out here killing it. We know about this, and that, yeah, because I heard that. I hear that every so often. Y'all over here talking about these women and all this, and it ain't even all black men. It's not even all black men. Like I said, I know those guys exist. Y'all should be talking about, you got y'all worried about this, but y'all got these cops killing y'all. It's like, yeah, we know this. They kill black men, they kill black women, they kill black children, and they do in other races too. But I care about my people. You know, I mean, I'm a human being. I'm sorry about all those other cases, but we know we have a systemic problem in this country. Period. Especially black men. Black men know too. But it's like this: if you want us to keep it all the way 100, why don't we try to improve life for everyone who's living? Put up our own efforts for once. I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that, we're not owed a little something for what's happened to us in this country. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there's some little things that we can do. You know, there. But see, in order to get there, there are going to have to be some uncomfortable conversations. And honestly, I don't really like comfortable conversations because they're so easy, they're so candy ass, and they get nothing done. I can sit up there and talk about my favorite movie all day, or my favorite piece of food, or no, I really can't talk about something all day. I get bored quick. But like I can talk about stuff. I can talk about stuff like my favorite food, my favorite route to work, and all that other stuff. But hey, we're gonna have to have some of these conversations, and some of them are gonna be harsh. Some of them are gonna be brash, and some of them not. Like some of them are gonna be very difficult to get through because guess what? We're gonna have to admit to certain things. But it seems like y'all only like get really seriously super mad when it's a black man. We are aware what the problems are. We as black men, we are very aware. But you're gonna have to give us a little credit for that shit. You know, I mean, you're talking about racism in 2020. You ever experienced racism in 1990? I'll tell you how different we were back then. They wouldn't dare. Like personally, they wouldn't dare. I mean, social media blew the lid off all of that stuff. But seriously, in localized central areas, especially where I'm from, I have seen. I witnessed a cop getting a German suplex by a junior high school teenager because he was on some fuck shit. Okay, just to let you know the kind of environments I was exposed to. 2020 is just a bunch of loud talk on social media. Aside from everything aside from the things that have people like Colin Kaepernick kneeling, you know, aside from that, we knew what was up back then. And then a lot of people will deny it, but we had them running scared back then. What happened? What happened? It's like we know these problems exist. They have existed for the longest. And yes, we should talk about it. But hell, guess who else should talk about that shit? You. Everyone that seems that try to sit up there and say what black men should be talking about. Guess who they talk about? They talk about black men. They sit up there and say, come up with all the little BS they can. It's like instead of them being an example of a constructive conversation, instead of them being an example of a constructive conversation, guess what they do? They do the same friggin' thing that they complain about. And it's old and it's weak. It's moist. Yeah, when I say moist, I really mean, males. I don't mean females. So don't think I'm calling female moist because that quickly backfires. But it's like, but, at the end of the day, you still have a right to your opinion. But everyone has a right to rebut it, especially a black man. So what is the deal with telling black men what to think, what to say, what we should be talking about, what these conversations should be talking about? What's the point? And here we go.
Peace,
What's up,
fam.
Ro?
Peace.
What's up, Rogish?
I ain't no much, man. Trying to maintain and keep the proactiveness and all that good stuff.
Yeah, proactive. It's not reactive, not knee jerk. From
Yeah,
what
I mean, well, reactive is seen as a bad thing, but it's kind of interesting. You bring this one up in an aspect of what we should talk about, um, because it's I don't know. It seems like people they want the black man's response package in something that's more comfortable for them, and this is everybody who ain't a black man, even some other black men though, you know what I'm saying? They tend to try to, you know what I'm saying, put governors on certain cats. You know what I mean?
mm. Yeah, man. Or they want you to check out the Tom Brokaws and the Peter Jennings and the Barbara Walters instead of just sitting down with their brother that's next door and asking, what can we do about this shit? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean the thing is this, I have no problem with it. My thing is just more along the line of, but what about the areas of of residing where those who, for the people who ain't refined and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody didn't go to college. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not refined. You have some people who are experiencing whatever they're experiencing from an unrefined perspective, and they
Well,
should
let
be
me
able
put it
to
like
have a
this.
voice too. Huh?
Let me put it to you like this. I don't consider myself very refined. Look at my avatar. It's a chop
Yeah.
with me wearing a mask, and people and this was before COVID. And people
Yeah.
were talking about, oh, you're wearing your little stupid mask. Look at you looking, trying to look like Darth Sidious. Well, who's stupid now?
Yeah, yeah, for real, for real.
Yeah,
You, yeah,
all
you,
y'all
you
wear,
can check
all
that
y'all
out.
got to wear masks now. you
It's,
know,
I mean, it's a whole lot of norms that done switched over. You know what I'm saying? Like the funny thing is when you see people watching the news, and the news had to be done from someone's home, and you would talk to people who was first jumping into this YouTube, what I'm saying, content creator thing, and they were like, "Ah, nah, you got to get this, and you got to get this, and you got to get this." It's like, nah, everybody was they were doing, what I'm saying, live TV shows from their homes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had to make
yeah,
adjustments. So in an aspect of adjusting to adjust, not necessarily yielding to what a black man talk about, but maybe even just finding some type of value in it. You know what I'm saying? To where all they want to do is just listen. But it's like you said though. When it comes to everybody want the protection, they want the provision, definitely want the provision, right? But when it comes to the guidance and the direction that comes along with the package of having a black man, they don't want that. All that other stuff is devalued.
well, people. I mean, like, I'm gonna take a more harsher approach and just go ahead and say that people just want their asses kissed a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, and I'm not this way because people wouldn't kiss my ass when I was growing up. I just, at fact, I would feel some kind of way if somebody started kissing my ass. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, I can't sugarcoat it when it's a dire situation. I can't sit up.
You're not supposed to. The thing is just what's the quickest way between 2 points? A straight line, right?
Straight line.
But
Absolutely.
everybody like that squiggly stuff though. You know what I'm saying? They don't want the straight line. And usually for those who deliver it like that, you tend to disrupt people illusions too
Yeah,
quickly.
let's try it this way. Let's
Yeah.
try it that way. Let's try it this way. No, there's the path right there.
Yeah. Yeah. What do
but
we need
but
to do? We need to move forward. Okay, what's the best way to move forward? And let's get to it.
yeah, but let me ask you a question. What, like, it, because I understand that it's not just about what I think. It's KF's channel, but I want to be able to ask you a question. And
Please
be
do.
okay. Where should the center of our conversations be? We're two black men. I'm asking
I,
a black man.
I think the center of our conversations. Well, okay. I used to think this. I don't think this no more because I don't think the community is ready for it. I used to think the center of our conversation should rest around the restoration of our community. And
Mm,
the thing is, usually when you have those type of black men present, what I'm saying, presenting their case or whatever, it's not valued. It's not valued to the point to where we are to be the solution providers for our community. Everybody prefer something outside of our community to take care of it. And then when you have brothers that step up, they say, okay, but they just want to run things. It's like, nah,
okay.
nah, nah. So that I think there's a it's not necessarily a fear, but I think there's an allergicness to black man leadership. I think there's an allergicness to it. I really
Yeah,
do.
yeah. Hella allergicness because I could see it in regular jobs or resentment, like regular ass jobs. You could feel the tension automatically. These be people who wouldn't know each other, wouldn't care about each other otherwise. Come into a setting like that, and
Yeah.
it just I don't know. I guess nature and nurture just takes over, or the indoctrination pieces just take over.
Yeah.
But let me put it to you like this. All right, we have this conversation like we can't rely on the police. What, and it's getting to the point where a lot of people should feel that way. What should
Right.
we do if we are like if we can't, like, I would say 100% rely on the police?
I
You know,
mean,
there are some common sense measures that can be taken if something like that were to happen.
well, I think the thing is, I think we've already been there. I think we've been there since the '80s. It's just that, it's just that when you present something like that to um, the public receives it from us as if we're griping. Um, but yeah, we really shouldn't be relying on the police, because it's like, what have they done to show themselves as worthy as being providers of safety or justice for our sector? They nothing is more
But
along the line to where it's the people. And get this, the people get mad when you use words like slave mentality in reference
uh,
to how they're so embracive of current law enforcement. So it's like, okay, wait a minute. I can't use slave mentality, but the fear that you have shows shows is very, very slavish. The fear that people have of even just talking against police, even when they're not even in the presence of them, looking left and right and shit. It's like, what are we? You know what I'm saying? 1732 or something, or what's the deal? Yeah, what's the deal? What is all this fear for? But if you bring that up, then again, oh, you just trying to run things. You want to run things your way. I'm like, okay, well, do me one favor and define what what a healthy relationship with law enforcement would be for our community, and see if anyone has presented anything like that in the past.
didn't
And
they,
and
didn't they have a poll? Didn't they have a poll recently? Like, I really should be on top of stuff like this, but they had a poll somewhere that said that and overwhelmingly people like they had this option: would you rather
yeah,
your police be would you
homegrown.
rather be homegrown, or would you
Yeah.
rather it stay at current how it currently is? And most people say I'd rather it stay how it currently is.
Yeah, and that's what made me retire. That's exactly what made me retire. I'm not a fucking Pan Africanist. I'm not a pro blackness or nothing like that. Nah, nigga, I'm gonna get back on the skateboard, dog, and just what I'm saying, leave it, just leave it to them. It's like, all right, you know what? I've been trying for like 30 plus years. I'm done, man. What you going to do when the people will still choose the ones who are offending them lethally? Yeah, this is the thing. You show that, okay, look, they are finding people, well, around Texas, certain areas, they was finding brothers that was handcuffed and looked like they've been shot in the back of the head. So that's
Mm,
that's clearly law enforcement execution type shit, right? But you bring that to the people and they don't want to take the measures to correct it, because now you have to fight them. But
it's fear of
okay,
death. It's a
yeah,
fear of death.
I get it. I get it, the fear of death, but now you can't tell me about your God no more. Now you can't tell me about your religion no more. You can't tell me about nothing that's supposed to that's supposed to invigorate you spiritually. You know what I'm saying? if you're gonna
That's when you
fear
when you when you
this.
say when you say stuff like that. That's when you
Yeah.
start getting dismissed.
I mean, well, I get dismissed, but it's like, look, man, y'all,
Yeah, yeah. I'm
I
not.
need, I
I'm
need,
not
I need
saying
to see,
that getting
I need to
dismissed
see,
is.
I need to see some congruence of humanity over slavility, because it really looks like every single move that that the community makes is on some slavish type shit. So it's like, okay, Well, play your second citizen, third class citizen position, and stop trying to make all this claim as if you're, you know what I'm saying, first level citizens, because you're obviously not being interacted with as such.
Mm,
Least
mm.
of all by law enforcement.
And I'm like, and it's just like, and I'm just this type of person. I mean, this is just me personally, and I suggest some people take up at least a little bit of this mentality. I don't care if I'm wearing a dirty T-shirt, dirty pair of pants, or whatever, or there's something that looks sweaty and dusty. I would never think of myself as a lower class citizen.
Right. Right.
That's a mentality. That's a mentality.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like
It's not
who
gonna
that
happen.
Dave Chappelle? Who that Dave Chappelle that said that? Never call yourself poor. We broke. Poor is a
Yeah, we
mentality.
broke. Exactly. Yeah, we broke.
Poor
Broke to the bone,
mentality,
right?
man. Like mentality. Like how important is mentality to a people?
Oh,
As resilient as we are.
you know what? For some reason, it doesn't. That part of our legacy isn't really championed in the way that it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
agree with that.
if anything, I understand. Okay, we can't claim none of our creative musical culture anymore because everybody's still all that cool, cool, cool.
Man, let me
But
tell you something. Let me tell you something. Like when you say Africa is the motherland, it is truly the motherland.
right,
Just about 99.5% of everything that is cool comes from Africa.
right,
Even with even in Far East countries, even
right,
in the in countries in the Southern Hemisphere, African culture has like in a lot of medicinal practices too. A lot of great technology comes from Africa.
yeah, yeah.
People don't understand that. It's like people think of Africa as a country with grass huts and famine. Like it's like that, but it's
But see, that's the hard part because it's okay if you have an enriched continent, then that means that and you got enriched culture coming from that continent, then that means you have an enriched people. You have to have an enriched people. The culture isn't going to create itself. So that means that the people are enriched themselves. So that means that there is a legacy. That's a legacy of enrichment. You know what I'm saying? Making something from nothing. I mean, there's been so many times where I've looked online and you see someone in Africa then, you know what I'm saying, built a car from the ground up with, like, you know what I'm saying, bamboo or something. You know what I'm saying? Made their own Porsche and everything, and the joint runs and everything. You know what I'm saying? Or you got some little girls that make a battery that runs on urine or something. You know, so I still
man,
hope those little sisters are alive.
they send in special forces for people like that. Hey, just give it.
Exactly, and then you're right back to the number one issue. What does your humanity mean to you? When you naturally come up with these solutions, to your problems that the world is causing, is causing on you, then these people come over here and steal. So it's like they want you to be deemed rich. So can you see them as enemies? Can I see them as enemies? Can they even get mad at you calling them wrong or something? It's like I understand you don't want to kill these motherfuckers. That's my stance on it. Cool. If it's war, it is what it is, right? That's my stance. But can I at least get y'all to say that they're enemies? And you can't even get that. It's like, all right, so I gotta watch them kill you. I gotta watch them run in your churches and kill grandmama and bomb everything. I gotta watch the police who been in three wars, and all of them are veterans saying, "Oops, I fear for my life." When an 11-year-old come by or something like that, it's enough to drive you crazy, dog. It's enough to
Man,
drive you nuts.
they're gonna put you on Steve Harvey one day. They're gonna try to get you to forgive somebody.
Sure. Look, I mean, look, look,
I forgive
I,
you.
I will be open to the attempt of the exchange, but it's like, look, at some given point, our humanity has to weigh heavier than anything else. It got to. And ultimately it seems like the black man is going to be the one to actually pull our feet from the fire and restore that, because everybody else is comfortable with things as it is.
All right. All right. Let's go into another part of the conversation.
Yeah.
Uh, Counterproductive niggas.
Define counterproductive though.
Counterproductive. Anything that hinders productivity in our community, such
Okay.
as
Okay. Okay.
such as like say there's an attempt to clean up a neighborhood,
Right.
but you got this group of niggas over here
Yeah.
that's doing everything to throw everything off.
Right.
It could be anything: selling harmful drugs,
Yeah.
bullying everyone else that's just trying to mind their own business.
Right. Minister societies and shit.
Yeah, menaces to society. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Bunch of old
You know,
dogs and canes.
yeah, old dogs or sometimes new dogs.
Yeah.
Guys who probably can't win a foot race because they wearing jeans so skinny it wraps around the middle of their thighs instead of pulling them all the way up. Like it's those kind those
Yeah.
kind of guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so 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 the dregs of society. Like
Yeah.
one thing that I always see is people always saying, "Well, what are you going to do about the wayward men? What are black men going to do about the wayward men? How are we going to address this? Why are we, instead of addressing things that trigger us personally, like hair weave and all this other stuff, like and it's like I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm not gonna lie to everybody. This is for the viewing audience. I don't see too many hair weave conversations in the YouTube space. Uh, I don't see. I see it on Facebook sometimes, but it's just it's trolling. It's some of it's bad trolling too. But
Yeah.
a lot of people just don't believe that because it's like it's always all we talk about is weave and all we talk about is what women should do, blah blah blah. And honestly, how I feel about that whole dialogue and everything is stop giving people shit to talk about if you don't want people to talk about that. Also,
it's the truth though.
also,
It's the truth.
also, don't be a goddamn hypocrite and start talking about folks and act
Yeah.
like can't nobody talk about you.
Yeah.
Now, if I am a dick, I expect someone somewhere to say, "Hey, Kev's a dick," and then, like I said, I probably say thank you. But but one of the things that they say black men should address are these wayward kids that keep robbing and killing and is and I guess keep failing in life. They say
Yeah.
that is the result of a lack of black male leadership.
Well, no, no. Well, yes, it's the result. It's a result of lack of black male leadership. But the reason the black male leadership isn't present is because black male leadership isn't valued. It has to be
It's not valued at
valued
all.
before it's permitted within the space. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I mean, and that's the thing is that's why our community is in disarray. Everything is out of order because it's not under our order.
Mm-hmm.
And when we start presenting that perspective, then we get a lot of flack. We get a lot of pushback simply because people want their so-called freedoms, and
Freedom.
most of their
Well,
freedoms. Yeah.
how do you have freedom in captivity? You tell me that. I
It's,
mean, it ain't slave captivity, but
I mean, look, okay. We can say it ain't slave captivity, but the thing is, you okay. You know that there is a limit. You know
yeah.
that there is a limit that the society will place on you having control of your life. The society wants you to have a certain type of control over your life instead of total control over your life. To me, that right there is slavery. I don't know, because it's like you said, you'll never be able to see yourself as something lower. I could never see myself as anything lower, anything less than deserving of a total free existence. Like okay, okay. So say that Okay, with the sister with the sisters getting kidnapped, you know what I'm saying, 40,000 a year and shit like that, right?
Hmm.
You have brothers who are putting forth effort to create like community standards and you know what I'm saying, community watch programs and everything. You know where they getting the most flack from?
Uh,
The community
I
itself.
think, yeah. I've started. I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
The community itself, and the only reason they get the flack is because they are the ones that are operating it. If it was some law enforcement operating, if it was the state, if it was the city, the county, or whatever, nobody would have nothing to say. But because we take it upon ourselves to say, okay, you know what? Well, the state ain't helping us out with this. More than likely, the state got a little play in it, whatever. So we're going to do it. And you don't get the support. So, I mean, really, really, this is the soldier in me talking.
Mm.
Really, I think it was too late back in the 19 back in the night back when they first dropped segregation. That was a clear sign towards how strong the subconscious of black people was to be accepted by white society.
Oh yeah, I don't ever get that. Especially in these conversations where they say something as stupid and juvenile as uh, white people talk about us enough, or it may be white people watching. Why are y'all talking about this? Why are y'all talking about that? And I'm gonna go back to my harsh responses. My usual thing is I don't give a fuck what they think, and and the biggest reason for that is, why do you care about people who already got their minds made up?
Exactly. And that's the thing. They have their minds made up about your value to the point where they could burn you alive, chop off some body parts, eat them, use them for souvenirs. It's like, okay, so now that 10 years, after that's done, so now you think that mentality is totally changed from these people, right? I ain't saying all
Mm.
of them is like that, but I'm saying that okay, this nation did look the other way while they were doing it. The government did look the other way. You know what I'm saying? So, so,
Hmm.
so it's like I just for the betterment of your family that you say you love, of your people that you say you love. How about you just do it amongst yourself, just even for safety reasons? Nobody said you gotta hate them, right? That's the one thing that black people be like guarding against. Well, I'm gonna start hating them, and you ain't supposed to hate. And even if you ain't even talking about no bit of hate, the very first thing they bring up is, oh well, all of them ain't evil, all of them ain't devils, or I ain't finna hate. It's like obviously something about that shit is resonating with you if that's the very
It's a
first
it's the
defense.
convenience of it's the convenience of conversation. Whatever motherfucker can push back on because it's you saying it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man,
It's
so
like when it like, let me give you an example. When it comes to brothers dating white women, all of a sudden it becomes about civil rights and everything that went on in history. Then it's all the virtue signaling. That's when that starts happening.
oh
So.
God. Look, my thing with that is y'all really think you gonna get 100% integrity, you know what I'm saying, marriage rate? Really? Y'all really want 100%? You know that's not finna happen.
No.
So it's like those who you see that go that route, they go that route. It ain't like you finna walk down the street and every cat that you see the relationship is finna have a white chick. That ain't finna happen. And the thing is once you're like in high school, none of that shit matters, dog. In high school, you liked who liked you,
Yeah, pretty
or
much.
or, or even junior high. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it back as
I
early
mean,
as early junior high.
why should I stick around and be in an environment where I get smacked around mentally all the time? Like, I would
Yeah,
like to be in a chill environment sometimes, and
yeah.
not experiment with things like marijuana at an early age.
I mean, and I
It's
mean,
like, come on. Like,
look,
now go ahead,
look,
man.
look. The thing is, people want the comfortable integrities. They want the They basically just trying to seek to be comfortable, but comfortable isn't reality.
No, it's not.
It ain't reality. It's part of it, but it ain't it ain't the totality. But that's what folks want. They want the totality of the they want the comfortability to be the totality of the reality. And it's insulting for those of us who choose to move, what I'm saying, through basic common sense and logic. And it's like, and you realize how few people actually move like that.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Want to fight you because you say stuff, man. It's
Oh
like,
man, oh man, it's is
good God,
I,
man.
I I one time had someone say to me, um, they told when you're somewhat studied, you tend to share or let's say that your bullet points tend to be a little bit more intense than the average person, right?
uh,
And you share one of your bullet points about something that they talk about, and they say, man, I didn't want to know that. And it's like, well, I ain't telling to you to disrupt you or nothing like that. It's just I thought we was, talking about the subject that you was sharing or whatever. And nah, I didn't want to know that. And so why you tell me that? So it's like, well, to know a little bit more about it that's a bad thing. It's just like when I used to call, yo, you trying to act white for reading in school. It's like, wait a minute, everybody's reading the book. Do y'all go to the Asian kids and tell them they trying to act white or whatever? You say that to the Mexican kids or whatever? Nah, just niggas. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you trying to act white because you reading, doing homework. It's like, nah, man,
you
I'm
read,
trying to
nigga.
learn something with you.
Man, you trying to go to the job, man? You trying to go to the job? No,
um,
man, fuck that, man. Fuck that shit.
but hold up, but there's a threshold towards which they will attack like that. I was like, okay, you attack someone who's reading or speaking proper or whatever, saying they trying to act white. All right, but you're not against like white racism. Oh, okay. You you know what I'm saying? You're
What they
against
do
the
be
white
like, I'm
you're against
glad
the
you brought
white
it up, man.
moderates.
That's why they do be calling themselves leaving in community. Like, why are you messing with that man? I
is
mean,
is
what is your home life like?
look, bro. I'm telling you, man, that was a sign. If I would have been of a decent age back then, that would have been a sign to me that okay, you know what? This this slave mentality is a whole lot deeper subconsciously than than even what people analyze it to be. Because I mean, as soon as segregation in, they tried to live around them. It's like, wait a minute, wasn't they killing y'all? Didn't you fear right before? Then you have a whole lot of fear of being
Well,
around these people.
they had such nice facilities, and they water fountains were brand new and shiny. So
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
mess.
They got nice bathrooms, but
Man,
that's all.
I remember that movie, Freedom Song. It was a movie that came on BET a long time ago named Freedom Song. That's when
Yeah,
BET was still kind of worth something.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I don't know, man. They was talking about desegregation and everything. So at the end, I think it was it wasn't Danny Glover. It was the guy who was the stutterer in Harlem Nights.
I know you're
And
talking about. I don't know homie name though.
yeah, because
I'm gonna look it up.
it was just on the brink when they desegregated. They finally went in that bar, sat at that bar, and had a cup of coffee.
It felt
Man, they walked out,
good.
man, they walked out, man. He said that coffee nasty as fuck. You tell them what we desegregated for?
I mean, but that shows you that self-worth is probably going to be a perpetual issue. You know what I'm saying? And if you have self-worth issues, then you know what I'm saying, you have issues with your reflection and those that reflect your reflection. So,
Mm.
I mean, what I'm saying it's a very, very mundane existence. And when
I don't
you go ahead, guy.
go ahead. I'm sorry. No, no. What I'm saying is, I don't think that when I said this thing before, I don't think like what it really says to me is our people think that white people are good enough to be good for, but they can't be good enough for other
Ooh,
blacks.
whoa, say that
and
again, cuz.
and it's a
God.
and it's a slap in the face. It's a true
Ooh,
slap. It's a true
ooh,
slap in the face.
shit.
You want to
White
play? You want to play
people
dog
are
and
good enough to be good for. Damn.
like what you want to be good for people who look like Carolyn Bryant. Are you serious? Like
It-
like
you know what? I think maybe about 10 years ago, it hit me that yeah, when I first like really really went hard on the the grassroots, what I'm saying, movement and stuff, trying to work with restaurant, restoring the community, whatever. Um, I realized that if you take your work ethics into doing the community work, that's actually how black people supposed to be with one another. We're not supposed like not all stiff and everything and always on overt p's and q's, but definitely to the point to where you have a cordiality of service. Everyone has a cordiality of service to one another. You know what I'm saying? That should be the basic. Then you understand that okay, you're at least dealing in a somewhat civilized sector, as opposed to what I'm saying, the I mean, we interact with each other as if we always playing the dozens. It's like, damn, what does that
yeah.
dozen energy ever stop? You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. I mean, it's fun. It's fun to be able to interact and talk. Bust each other's balls, as they
Yeah, in the
say.
barbershop. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
other
yeah.
than that,
Barbershop chat. Yeah, yeah. But there's like shit be escalate too much sometimes, man.
yeah,
It's,
yeah,
it's a shame how much stupid shit could be deflated.
yeah.
If it just gone this way and it just gone that way. How many stories you hear of black men saying, "Well, if it just gone this way, or if we just made a better decision, that
Hmm.
my
Hmm.
friend might still be alive."
Yeah,
Something like that. You
yeah,
know,
yeah. So many times. Like, oh, if I if if I could do it over again, if I could do it over again, it's like, okay, well, that, what I'm saying, refinement's not a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? And
no, it's not.
it's not a bad thing. It's like, all right, you can get refined. You can get refined to a level to where you still maintain some of that rugged charm. You know what I'm saying? You don't always. I think what it is that niggas are scared of being squares, man. That's what it is.
Square. They scared of me. They
That,
scared of
that's
being
what.
squares. Yeah, that's very interesting.
Yeah, they scared to be square, and
That's why a lot of these guys be overcompensating. Like they just the coolest thing to hit the earth since the ice cube. Like
you know
it's
what I mean. You know what I mean? I mean, shit. And the thing is, the square life is the life that you want, man, because you can actually build something with the square life. You
yeah,
you
it's,
you have
it's
the.
it's less stressful.
It's way less stressful, dog. You have the time. You have
Well,
the time to think.
who wants the stress of being a pookie? Who wants the stress of being a thug? For
I
real.
mean, I
Who wants stress?
mean,
I mean, who wants stress of being a gangster? That comes with stress.
the thing is, if you're doing it right, it ain't gonna come with stress because you're gonna be presenting yourself as a square, even as a bona fide, what I'm saying, triple OG. You ain't
Well,
finna
well,
ain't nobody finna know you
I
triple
guess what I'm
OG.
trying to say. I guess what I'm trying to say is the stress is in the overcompensation.
Oh, definitely, definitely so. And the thing is, it was like okay, like as a kid, right? As a kid, early stage hip hop. The whole thing, people being hard. How old were you when you realized that these cats was only hard against their own. They wasn't hard against nobody else. Only other black
I
people.
realized that very young. I realized that very, very young, and it was a very
Yeah,
sad thing for me to observe.
yeah, yeah. I think I was probably around maybe 11.
Yeah, yeah, I was around that age too. I mean, it's like
7 or
when you
8.
it's. I'm glad I got hit with some realities a little bit early because I
Yeah,
could be sleep like some of these people I be seeing around.
yeah,
Is is
yeah,
is is it like? But I did realize that a long time ago that we do go hard on our own. Like I mean, in some of the most gangster, I guess, quote unquote gangster violent ways, and with the heart and with the harshness too. But
yeah,
whenever somebody, kind of, pale skin comes around or an
yeah,
outsider comes around and
yeah.
starts shaking their finger and all, like,
Church
then
boy.
we, yeah, then we fall in line. Then we fall in line.
Yeah,
I remember, like, yeah, I remember I stayed when I was little. I stayed in a predominantly black neighborhood,
yeah,
but there was kind of a round pale person, that and his sister that stayed behind us.
right,
So me and my sister were getting in sort of a sibling squabble. This person actually thought like this little girl actually thought that she can come around us, shake her finger at us, and tell us how to behave when we hear her and her brother screaming every night. And then it was like she was like, "That's different." And then I was like, "Well, you can get, and this is fourth or fifth grade me, verbatim. You can get the fuck out my yard." I don't sit over and think you good, you so good because your pale skin lineage to tell me how to behave when I hear all that crap in my backyard. Fuck out of here.
I mean, they have, as Patrice O'Neal says, they have the history of the skin color. They have a history of the skin color. We have a history of the skin color. But and this is how you can tell everybody's program across the board, though. You know what I'm saying? Even pilgrims are hella program because as the that shocked look on their face that they get when you put them in pocket, as if it never happened before. It's like,
Yeah,
wait a
yeah,
minute.
yeah, yeah. Shout out to Gerald Jelks, man. What's up?
Hey, respect,
You know,
respect.
yeah,
It's
but it's like this whole like when these little when these little stupid cretins be sitting up here talking about, oh, the black man is defeated, oh, the white man got y'all by the balls and stuff, and I know they say that stuff just to be petty.
mm,
It's like you can't really mean that because I mean they shot Tamir Rice in less than 2 seconds, so shut up. Like
right,
it's
right,
like bug your eyes at any one of them.
yeah,
My dad taught me, hey, you know what? Every time you come up on a Caucasian man, look him dead in his eye. You
dead
give
and
him
I,
a firm handshake,
yeah,
and you better not blink. And I do it every time.
yeah,
And it's like behind those eyes, a small part of them always shrink
yeah, yep, yep.
because they don't like that shit. They used to telling somebody like you, man, boy, your eyes now. I'm like, all right, man, it's I'm not. That's and I used to say this. I'm not my great grandparents. I'm not my grandparents. That's kind of when you say that. That's kind of insulting to them.
It's the thing is it's
I mean,
insulting. I mean, okay, that's a double-edged sword because I've heard that before, where they say, okay, it's insulting to say we're not our grandparents, and and in a regard, it can be received as such, but if you take a personal look within at at what it is at the reason at why you would say such things, it's true. It actually is true. There's no way that I would be actually now I'll probably be dead. I ain't saying I'm a, what I'm saying, black dynamite everybody up to the next level or whatever. But there's no way that I could take what the hell it is that they took. There's no way that I could call myself a human being and take anything that they took back then. There's no way.
No,
There's no
yeah,
way
we
that
don't.
I could say that I could say I believe in a God or a deity or something and live that type of existence and be like, okay, yeah, but I'm still being blessed up in this bitch. Hmm.
Yeah. It's like giving the slave the burlap pillow for baling all the, for baling all the cotton. It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
you don't feel blessed after that. You you
Nah.
you you feel like you want to do some Nat Turner shit.
And that's the way the thing is that's the way you're supposed to feel. That's the humanity of it. And even again, I, it's received as extreme. And it's like, okay, let's say that it is extreme. Is it extreme to even just speak on it? Is it extreme to get into the mentality to say that, okay, you know what, this is straight up abject wrong? You know what I'm saying? Even they people stop you from saying something is wrong now. You can't call nothing wrong, else you're a hater. You you're a hater. Like when Cardi B first dropped, I'm like, yo,
Man, let
man.
me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I'll just give you one instance when she said that she used to drug and rape niggas.
Oh, bruh.
It's
Bruh.
like I don't
Bruh.
understand why people weren't like kind of done with her, but
Yeah.
they not only were not done with her, they defended her. So I was like, okay, we're in trouble. It's like we're in some serious trouble. It's worse than I thought, and it was already pretty bad to me.
I mean,
So
the thing is, PC, Gerald.
Gerald, Gerald,
The thing is this is at some given point, hoism switched from what it was as a community in the minds of black women. And now,
mm,
and we can point this finger, we can point the finger at black women with that because they are the sole keepers of how that goes. Black men don't have
mm,
nothing to say on that. Um, so it's like, okay, it looks like y'all are champion hoes. We're not gonna say you champion hoes. We just want to
I'll tell
point
you
it out
something.
to you that look, I don't know what you think this girl is doing. I don't know what you think she about, but as a man, that resonates as whole shit. And then they'll
Mm,
say, "Oh, you're wrong," or "You're judging." It's like, no. If I was dead, if I didn't exist, and we were 20 years back, that would be whole shit. Not because
let
I
me tell
say
you.
so, because it would be so.
Let me tell you something, man. I almost lost a friend because he kind of dismissed me because I was telling him about a conversation.
Yeah.
Like somebody had posted an article with Amber Rose and Black China, and it was an article out of Fort Harriet. Now we know what Fort Harriet is about.
Right.
You know, it was called "Hoes Be Winning." I made a comment up under there. I said, "Well, seeing that I have a very young daughter, my daughter, which was 2 at the time, I
Right.
would say I don't want her being anything like Amber Rose or Black China."
Right.
And would you believe I got attacked by and like
What was
like
their
for real?
defense?
It was
Hold up. What was their
like
defense? What they say?
man, I'm telling you, man, it was about eight of them. Seriously, man, 8 of them. This is no
Wow.
exaggeration. 8 of them
Wow.
just swarmed me. Like I'm like, damn, all I did was make a comment. Like, why are
Mm-mm.
you trying to debate with me on how I feel I should raise my daughter? I don't want my daughter thinking that she got to give up sex every time to be valued.
Mm.
Like, what is wrong with you girls? And it was women. It was women. It was
It,
women. I
it,
guess
it
just because I said it just because I was a black man, I'm tearing down black women because I say I don't want my daughter to be a hoe.
ain't that a
Yeah.
bitch?
Well, yeah, it is a
Ain't
bitch.
that a
It's
bitch?
a fat ass bitch. That's what it is.
Ain't
So
that not a
anyway,
bitch?
so anyway, I take this to my friend.
Yeah.
Best friend, been best friends for a long time. This turned
Wow.
into a 2 day back and forth text about how I am belittling black people, how I should, just concentrate on the success of blacks. Amber Rose is black, which she doesn't claim and doesn't want to claim. It was all kinds of celebrity defenses. One person was like, "You should have brought the conversation to us. And you should not have worried about it on Facebook." And when I literally brought the conversation to them, it was
Wow.
and I'm sitting up there like, wow, do I really need to really reevaluate who I'm around?
I mean,
It's like
you know what?
you see,
I don't. It's an energy, dog. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it
I
is,
don't know what
but
it is either.
it's an energy. Okay, when Lil Kim first dropped. Okay, let's see. When the whole shit start? I always think back to Patra, but I don't
I'm gonna
think
call
it
you
was.
right back. I'm on a live podcast,
Okay,
I don't think it was Patra.
but I'm gonna call you right back. I'm on a
It
live
was.
podcast. I'm gonna call you right
Hey,
back.
go ahead, mute,
All right.
Gerald, mute.
mute Gerald. Gerald, mute please. Uh,
Hello. My bad. My bad.
Yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, with Patra. I think that it started with Patra. But I don't want to say Patrick because she wasn't really doing whole shit. She was on the sensual side. I think the whole shit really got started with black women. It was always there, white
I wouldn't
women.
say
I'm
Patra was
telling you.
like that either. Patra actually made good music.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
She made
if
yeah,
you were
yeah.
if you were into the reggae style, yeah, like people like Patra. I mean, like,
Patrick,
and they brought up Adina Howard too. Adina Howard had a high sexual energy, but it wasn't so blatant like
it
that.
wasn't hoish. No, it wasn't
No,
hoish.
it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
Lil Kim was hoish, but it didn't pick up. It didn't catch with them. They, you know what I'm saying? The women had a certain type of integrity about
But
themselves
see, the
that they
thing is
wanted
though,
to maintain.
but see, the thing is though, the level of mic skill that Lil Kim had, as far as
Oh,
her rap ability,
well,
the level.
she was an MC. She was an
Yeah,
MC.
yeah.
She could.
She was an
Yeah,
MC. She was an
yeah,
MC. I mean, so. I mean, she used like high sexuality in her
right.
music, and she called herself a queen bitch. She did
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
but like, and we heard about the little stories about Lil Kim, and
Right, right.
how she rolled in the streets and everything. But
Right.
we still appreciated her ability as a performer.
That's true.
You know,
That's
yeah. I
true.
mean, like it's like, and like when she was in the songs with Junior Mafia, when she was in songs with other folks, man, we didn't think about none of that stuff.
No, no, she was rocking. She was rocking.
Yeah,
So the question becomes, what was it about the whole energy that didn't pick up back then that's picking up now? Is it just the social media thing primarily that's causing it to get the you know what I'm saying,
Obama,
that tour de force
nobody wants
behind
to hear.
it?
Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear that. But Obama, hey, nobody wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear.
What you think, Gerald?
No,
Hey
no. When
man.
we started, okay, go ahead, Gerald. What up, Gerald? How
Hey,
you doing?
how y'all doing, man?
Yeah,
Chilling.
Okay, well, which way y'all want me to go? Do you want me to keep it clean, or can I go X-rated?
We talking
X-rated.
about hoes, man. Shit. What?
No.
Okay.
Well, here's it. Let's go ahead. But let
Okay.
me offer some clarity.
Okay.
Let,
Go ahead. Tell me where to
let me offer you
start.
a bit of clarity. Let me offer
Okay.
you a bit of clarity. The people are quite into telling black men what black men think instead of asking black men. And Gerald, I'm glad you're here because I can bring up this example right here. Remember all the posts you used to see in the group about people saying, uh, what was this group created for, but would never tag any of the admin or the creator. Then they
Yep.
start rambling at what they thought. That's
Yep.
the kind of thing I'm talking about. It's like you're telling me what I did for what reason instead of asking me what I did it for.
Well,
And that
that,
becomes, and after a while, that becomes quite offensive. So we're talking about it in that kind of thing, you know.
okay. Okay. Well, you have to go to the movie about what Jack Nicholson say they can't handle the truth. They
Oh yeah, yeah,
can't handle the
yeah,
truth because
yeah.
the matter of facts and logic is that you was talking when the whole culture started. Remember, it's only out because of social media, because every day you learn certain things.
Yeah.
Now, I heard an interview last night with Judge Joe Brown and Tommy Sotomayor, And
Uh-oh.
I always heard the stories of Tina Turner and that Ike Turner story, and that story was a lie. Now I heard that was a story that came from the streets all the way from California. Judge Joe Brown confirmed what the words I had on the street before social media, that that story was true. Judge Joe Brown said she was out of her fucking rabbit ass mind. Excuse my language, but I'm in that mood tonight. I've been pushed to that point of this today because I'm seeing not racism. That's a bullshit word. It's called prejudice. I'm 63. The same shit I seen at 10, 11, 12 years old, I'm seeing that shit today. I just don't appreciate the women who took the foot from the white man, and you bitches got your foot on my neck too. If you don't like it, go fuck yourselves. That's the mood I'm in tonight. To you simp
You
punk
learning
ass
it.
guys. Yeah, I'm. Oh man, it's just one of them days. It was like the smallest things. I could see it. You know,
Yeah.
you talk about a man who wants to work. I can't work now because I got a bunch of fat ass white women in Ottawa that won't push my paperwork through. Why? I didn't paid for it. At least let me go to work. But I guess they prefer to be me to be dead, be a hobo. Now I'm checking racism from collecting cans. Do you understand? It is profitable up here. But you
Yeah.
sweat me because I'm taking 3 cans out of a trash can. What? You know what I'm saying? Then I go change, want to get my oil changed today. I take my own oil because the same place where I changed my oil at, they started me on this type of oil and I don't mind paying the money for it.
Yeah.
But you're going to show me a subliminal arrogance, very subtle prejudice, and say what a boss say, we can't change your oil. What? Well, we can't use your oil, you have to use ours. Let's go back to last week, which now we come up to here because of what you're going through, Kev. These bitch made ass people. Now, bitch means bitter, ignorant, tarnished, charred, hell of a person. That's the meaning of bitch. You like that one,
Okay.
dog?
All
You
All
like
right.
right. All right. All right. All right.
you understand me? And people swallow that pill. It's just hard when black men do this. Like, wait a minute, you don't see the struggle we're going through. And I think that one name I'm looking at, Sister George, that might have been the woman that was on that show that said, "Ain't no white man never called me a NB," which stands for Willie Lynch, which means nigga bitch. This is not my terminology. This is the terminology of a man who controls slaves. He said, I'm going to negotiate everything through the woman. This is why we're in the dilemma today because, woman, you haven't woke up. You call yourself a queen. Yes, you are a queen. The definition of a queen is a prostitute. Let me say it again.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
are a whore for vanity. To you, pale faced peck of wood, the sun don't like y'all asses either, women. You have issues, your damn self. Don't know what it is. That's why we got these Karen moments that's going on in America. People haven't correlate this Karen moment to what's went on in the past.
Right.
The Karen moment and the Becky moment is why Tulsa, Oklahoma got burned,
Facts.
Rosewood got burned, Asheville, North Carolina got burned. And it seems like the world is upset because now we're talking about this situation. My problem is with you all. Why y'all got a problem with us? Because we want to grow financially and all we want is the relationship with a word called peace. It seems like
Mm.
we just can't be left the fuck alone.
And you know what? No, we can't be left alone because the whole thing is against your potential being manifested. So if we left alone and we have harmony and we have peace, usually we tend to get overtly creative. Usually black people who have harmony and peace, they tend to get overtly creative. And pretty much, the United States standard for interacting with black people is actually based upon a Caucasianic closeted inferiority. That's why, like notice they not talking about the suicide rate of them throughout this whole COVID pandemic or nothing like that.
You know what shot? You know what hurts, man? What you just said.
Yeah.
I just found out last night. Now, think about what I'm about to say. I'm finna go off topic and then try to come back to what you said. Do you know, man? We're the most, as far as civilization of mankind throughout the universe. We're at the bottom of this pyramid when it comes to life forces. I mean, we are totally ignorant. We don't know shit.
When you say we, you talking about current humanity?
I'm talking about current humanity.
Okay.
We are at the bottom, and if we in this discussion talk about this, it seems to be a problem. I say it again, this
Well,
channel should be overrun with people. Should be overrun with people wanting to talk, have a solution. Again,
well,
I didn't punch the clock for 63 years. It's getting extremely frustrated that ain't shit changed when I was 10 and I'm fucking 63.
yeah. Well, Gerald, I have no doubt when people do find out that I'm on Fridays and we have such great interest in topics that they'll be right here with me. So I have like it's just that it's got to be consistency, and that's what any one of these channels. Because one thing I do notice with the YouTube channels that have like a lot of people watching their live broadcast, those people are hella consistent.
Right.
Yeah,
so
Right.
so so
yeah,
so my viewership is my battle.
right,
And
right, right,
for the 8 live viewers I'm looking at right now, I appreciate each and every one of them, whether they stay for a minute or they stay the course.
right.
Yeah.
That's just all there is to it, because a view is a view. Just appreciate all the small things now.
Yeah, yeah,
Because things like, for real though, for a lot of those people who have all those people watching their channels, things are quite complicated for those guys.
right, right, right.
They what they had to go through to get that stuff. I feel like that I can do it cleanly. I can do it a little cleaner. Not to knock anyone else's hustle, but I think I can do it a little bit cleaner and a little bit better, because I believe in myself, and that all it takes is a little belief in yourself.
Yep,
So
yep,
that viewership is going to come. I have
yeah.
no doubts.
And I do apologize for the language, but frustration does set in when
And,
your eyes open. You have to always put on the Ray Bans to try to hide the anger. I actually went to the store today
well,
in a
Gerald,
part. Huh. Go ahead.
Gerald, well, it's like this, dude. This is the broadcast for, so go ahead and vent some, man. Uh, Oh, for real, because like I'm tired of everybody telling us what we should talk about, what we should discuss, how to think, trying to make us feel like how they say they are, how they say and what they say they're going through. But go ahead, bro. Go ahead,
See,
bro.
but the reason they do it though is because what we present, how we present in reality is not valued. It's like ever notice how every new definition that drops usually have some pilgrim behind it saying what it is.
Oh yeah,
They find something new. They are going to be the one to define it. And to me, as a child, that's what really taught me what white supremacy was. It's not the ones, you know what I'm saying, Peckerwood in the hood or the sheets and everything like that. Most people, they think that. They don't even think Wall Street when they think white supremacy. You know what I'm saying? They don't really think the United States government when they think it. They think some backwood, you know what I'm saying, Confederate flag waving pilgrim or something like that. But this is what white supremacy is. All white people might not be racist, but all white people are white supremacists because they want a white perspective of reality to be taken as a chief or general perspective of reality. They want to be
yeah,
the ones to define reality. And when we present anything that we present, more than likely, we're bringing a more thorough perspective of it because we resonate with things. It's just not what we find out about it from watching it and analyzing it or whatever. It's like, no, no, no. We actually learn ways to relate to reality at higher resonant levels. So then when we speak on that, it's just regular to us, but to somebody else, you're disrupting their entire reality with something that's more enriched from a place that they were told not to value, not to see any worth in, as far as the source being black men.
They don't like us. They really want us in a dress. They really want us in the dress. They
No,
really,
they really want us dead. That's what they want.
well, yeah, yeah. That's
Well,
the
you know,
last.
they're trying to do the
That's
thing.
actually the first thing too. That's actually the first thing they want is dead.
Yeah, they'll settle for a dress. They'll settle for any type of, said demasculinization. They'll settle for that. But
They're
no,
tricking
they
us into doing it to ourselves.
and that's the
That's what they're doing. They're tricking us into doing it to ourselves.
did you ever think that you would actually see the day when that would actually be considered normal?
Yep,
No,
yep, yep. Yeah, let
yeah.
me let me.
I say no. Gerald says yes. I want him to explain his yes.
Oh,
Please explain. Yes.
see, because the fact is they hate us so much to the fact that if you look at the chessboard, and I was a betting man, if I went back in the past, knowing what I know now, I would bet on the fact that black women will put it out there and help take us down like this. You kind of get what I'm saying? Because I'm going from past to future. Because that means I'm in the future. Let me go back in time and put money that the fact I know it's gonna happen because I see it. Yeah, I really do. I, if not, look how they got us. They got us in such a tailspin that to me it's almost unbelievable. But to follow money, yeah, they put money into this design of us fucking ourselves up. They put big money into this, and they think 20 years ahead of the game, and they won.
But see, this is my thing, right?
Talk.
You, I feel that you have to be able to see it from the perspective of those who are operating it, right? So we say white supremacy, we say racism, white supremacy, right? And basically, it's chiefly based upon the violent, savage aspects of it, not necessarily, the clerical, the clerical engagements of it. You know what I'm saying? It's more the savage, subjective aspects. And the thing is, since the time I don't know when it first started that cultures started actually conquering other cultures. Let's say that when all that conquering did started within the world, that's the energy that was placed to the world, and and to actually have order now means that one must become a conqueror. um in the aspect of that, did you ever at once not think that white folks wasn't in the wrong or racism wasn't in the wrong or whatever, and it was just more along the line of, what, okay, if it's a game of conquerors, then you have to do what it takes to be a conqueror. Like if we was conquerors, all this shit that we have issue with would be, what I'm saying, completely taken care of, because it would be under our control. And if it needs to be under our control for the solution to be there, then that means that only way you're going to get that control, the real control that you need, is to be conquerors. Why do you think so many people are against black people becoming conquerors, black men
That,
becoming conquerors?
that is so true. I have to agree there. When you say conquerors, I define it as the meaning of war, because this is
Well,
what
war is utilized, but you
is.
don't only have to utilize war.
Well, and it's funny though, but this is what this is now. There are so many ways to fight it, which we should be doing it. Every time they kick us down, we should have got back up. And I took abuse for what you said, what you talking about now on the internet. I got abuse for saying, let's just come together. It's too easy to pull the resources, come together, and do our own shit. It's the easy thing, except we're too arrogant and we just don't know it. We're so divided. Back to you, Kev. That's why you pissed off, because people trying to tell you what to do, or why you didn't do this, or why you didn't do that.
Let me. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't know. Number one, I'm perpetually pissed off for some reason, and I admit it's something that's a little something that I might need to work on.
Yeah.
You know, I am not so proud as to not admit that I have a couple of weaknesses. But
Yeah.
when I say that, watch out for my strengths as well. But when I say
Definitely.
this kind of thing, I do kind of speak for all black men. Not all black men, but I kind of speak for us in the way of this is what I see across social media. This is what I see, telling us the conversations we should have instead of listening to the conversations that we are presenting. And it's like Bill Monger says, we're not valued. We are quite dismissed as not being important.
Yeah.
And and it's like, even if with this conversation, there's people out there that say that will go as far as to say that we're whining. And as
Mm.
and
Wow. That's yeah.
now that's some real shit. That's something that we have to deal with. I mean, I personally don't like people who derail conversations, derail productive conversations because they hear something they don't like.
Right.
If you hear something you don't like, just debunk it. Debunk it. It doesn't have to come to disrespect. Now, here's what I'm a firm believer in. If you disrespect me just for making a point or something like that, I will drag you down into that rabbit hole and you will never get out. Period. Period.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's just what I do. And I had people like I had people hating on black men, being brutally honest with everyone before I even came to YouTube. And the group ain't even been around for like a whole year. It was that serious
Yep. Yep. Well,
because I gave black men a platform to say whatever they felt. And you know who came? And you know what came with that shit? A bunch of
shit.
disrespect from black
Yep.
people.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
will
I'm saying
never
one of
forget
that
that
too.
day that white. I will never forget that day that white dude showed up. And after all the disrespect we got from the black group members,
Yeah.
for me even forming that group, they were begging us for help.
Mm.
Please rescue us from this great white menace. I was like, he's just using words. Why don't you just roast him? You had all this energy disrespecting us because we don't shut up who you don't like.
Right.
Shoot, go at him. See what's going on. Stand up for your race.
Wow.
There it is. Racism right there.
Right there. Right there.
Racism right there. For you to destroy. Y'all talk all this shit about
No.
what you gonna do to racism and prejudice. There you go.
It's too uncomfortable, man. Look, this
And
what,
here and
people hold
here
on. People hold
we
on to.
are.
People hold on to their comfortability,
Yep.
Lionel's blanket. You know what I'm saying? Or Linus's blanket. Real talk.
No, you did not go Charlie Brown on there.
Real talk. Their comfortability is Linus's security blanket, man. Because the thing is it's like people who say that I don't like confrontation. It's like, nah, it's not you don't like confrontation. It's that you're a coward.
Well,
You like to come
Because
up against
because
people you can beat instead of the challenges that you
well,
probably can't beat or could
that,
beat
well,
if you
well,
tried.
okay, I don't want to hold that against anyone who say they don't like confrontation, but the thing is, life is confrontational.
shit, when you wake up with that bad breath, the confrontation begins. As soon as you walk out the door, it's true. My breath stinks. Shit, that's confrontation. I better brush my damn teeth.
No, no, I'm speaking more on the aspect of organic frictions that present themselves to have to be, you know what I'm saying, remedied and everything. It's like, look, um when it like people who turn their head when the scary movie's on. It's like you pay a ticket, you watch the scary movie, but then when the slasher moment happens, you turn your head. You know what I'm saying? You're like, wait a minute, didn't you put forth money? Didn't you put forth money to this? What was your energy like before you even stepped in the arena of being this type of spectator or viewer? What was your energy like? Oh, you was eager. You wanted to see it. You remember seeing the last two, three of them or whatever, right? But no, now that we're here in the thick of it, it's fear. Oh, so you're comfortable with a certain element of it, but the reality of it, you're not comfortable. And the thing is, think about why we love the barbershop, cuz we got so much. One, it was a place where we build one another.
It was our talk show. It was our talk show. The barbershop used to be the place.
Nah, it was our mental dojo.
Or that too.
It was
Any words you want to use,
yeah.
or a venting place. This is where you go to vent. You know,
You vent there, but you also
Bill.
exchange business ideas. You also exchange you know what I'm saying, skill sets or whatever, uh information. I mean everything. So the thing is usually like okay, look at the 5% nation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When hip hop first started, it didn't really start getting its legs its legs for really, you know what I'm saying, adjusting how someone views reality until the 5% nation, you know what I'm saying, until that ideology started spreading within it. And the very first thing that brothers start doing, you get a cipher. They call it a build. You add and on. It's like everything about the black man is naturally enriching, but it has to go off of reality. The deeper the reality get. So imagine what our brutal honesty is like for majority of people living their fucking lives. You know what I'm saying? Living a lie, living an illusion, living whatever. You know what I'm saying? We operate on the regular in reality, in extreme reality. And that's just regular. Now be a black man in America dealing with racism, white supremacy, the pressures of dealing with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Your whole life is real. Everything is real. Everything that you talk about, everything that you engage with.
Dude.
So imagine someone having to receive that in an aspect of I can understand they want to fight the influence, but at least have the respect to permit it. At least have the respect to permit it. You know what I'm saying? If people are a little bit more thorough, they're a little bit more thorough. It is what it is. You know?
It also depends on the region. Because when you say 5%ers, you take that thought to the South, you may get 1% or 2% of people knowing what we're talking about. The one thing about the South, the plantation mentality in Jesus Christ is strong.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
come outside that box, nigga, you need Jesus. First of all, why I gotta be a nigga? Why? Why? You talk to people on the East Coast, more teachers,
Right.
can answer questions. Regionally, we messed up. And social media has exposed how fucked up we are. It has really did. We was already messed up. It just wasn't on TV. It was on TV, but it's like it's 24 hours entertainment now. You name it, it's there. It's sad.
I mean, but the thing is, if television was first presented as a medium towards attempting to brainwash people, imagine, imagine what this level of media is doing now. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
yeah, because I love how people act like that. Media, TV doesn't have any influence, especially after the way that we treated gangster rap when that conversation was convenient. Oh, it's
yep.
influencing ourselves to kill each other. So you're telling me that whole culture rap doesn't?
Oh, and wait a minute. And I just heard what you said. I cannot believe that the women attack you because you want your daughter to be a respectful person.
Man,
Yes.
yeah, that shit
Yes.
happened. That shit happened.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I was booted from that Facebook group like 4 days later.
See, that's you know what? I was just gonna type. That's why I came on because I saw a Caucasian woman today curse her daughter out because she was on the bike and she was trying to get out of the way of the automobile, but the automobile pulled up in the parking lot. And she just veered to the right, and her mother still cursed her out. I was like, man, I'm so thankful for a grandmother because man, half these conniving, useless, nothingness tricks are some of the worst human beings on the planet, and their mothers.
Okay. Okay. You got a little bit. We got a little bit esoteric earlier, Gerald. So I'm gonna get a little bit esoteric, right?
Go.
So okay. What would y'all say? How things just going on? You know what I'm saying? Let's say that the pandemic is real. You know what I'm saying? The plague, it is what it is. Um, the economic system is shifting like that worldwide. Things are shifting worldwide. Things are going towards more the negative, right? The
Right.
a detrimental perspective. So, in an aspect of the women now embracing whole culture as their liberation and their freedom, um,
Okay.
is it doesn't
if that's what you want to call it.
no, no, that's what they
That's what
call
it
it.
is.
That's
That's what
what
it
they,
is.
that's what they call it. They say liberation and freedom. But I'm like, look, y'all,
Yeah,
you
but
have. I asked my ex wife, like, you ain't noticed that every woman is wearing tight stuff now. I understand you do yoga and stuff, but you got to do yoga in your drawers. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's you. They put it the shit on the internet, and oh, it's freedom. It's this. It's like, look, your ass is out. What the hell does that have to do with connection and breath and body and everything? It's like if and I understand it though. This is the thing, if they are now feeling the super highest culminations of the maladaptation that was the psychological maladaptation that was created with their distortion of intimacy and I guess romance, whatever, doing that slavery shit. Because the thing is, the whole shit ain't new. Remember, hoes was an actual real thing back in the 60s. You know what I'm saying? 60s and the 70s. It was actual hoes on the strip in a lot of places, right? So let's say that
they had cat
culture.
houses.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean. So the thing is, let's say that the whole Black Pride era and the Black Love era. Okay, we yes, that was a good era. Yes, it was enriching. But did we think it was enriching to completely purge whole culture? Because it had to have been a culture back, by then. It had to have been a culture. So did we think that it was going to purge that? And this is just some remnants of that. You know what I'm saying? When they got with the feminism and everything, then everybody know what white bitches like to do. You know what I'm saying? They natural hoes. So it's like, yo, they like to have that fun, call it fun, have your fun, whatever. It is what it is. When they took on their ideology, that opened up
Yep.
their whole shit to a whole nother level, right? But
Yep.
then they started over sophisticating it and now they call it freedom or liberation and this, they still got that same
And
sex
then
drive as what I'm saying, somebody that's been chained up and forced to breed or whatever. um but don't want to regulate it. Like, we got to regulate ours. We can't go out there and get all the pussy that we want, because
Nope.
then we dogs and we this
Yep.
and we that, right?
Yep.
let me tell you something. But let me tell you something though. Let me tell you
Yeah.
something though. They're giving away all their secrets. Let me tell you something. Somebody need to tell city girls to shut the fuck up because they've been saying a little bit too much lately. We just have well, we just be scamming niggas. You are giving everything that you do away, so nobody's gonna fool with you. Anybody be like, after what those girls say, anybody be an idiot to fool with any of them, with either one of them right now.
Oh, definitely,
Seriously,
definitely,
seriously,
definitely.
some nigga gonna do it though. Well, I'll be the one that'll break through and stand atop the mountain. But now they tricking
I,
and scamming on your ass too.
I read I
This
read
girl literally
Future.
said
I
that we
read
just be
Future got
scamming
with
on
her.
niggas.
I read Future got with her this morning.
Well, that's Megan the Stallion.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about. I read Future got they was now together this morning or something. So seemed like some Hollywood ploy where they trying to build her clout
yeah,
back up or
yeah,
whatever.
Well,
yeah. Because they've been talking about Megan a lot lately, like
you
Yeah.
for real.
also, but wait, think about this, man. And let's just look at terminology and let's railroad. Let's just bring up Megan. A stallion. God damn it, dog. My dog's book. A stallion is a male horse. Why would a woman want to classify herself as a male horse? Huh?
No, no,
I'm
no, no. Let
off.
me tell you.
Let me go get my
Let me go
dog.
ahead.
Y'all keep talking.
Yeah, yeah. But let me go ahead and just let me go ahead and play devil's advocate on that. Uh, we've always called fine women with thick features and round butts stallions. We've
yeah,
always
yeah,
done
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's just like
Now when they call themselves stud, then that's when I got the issue. It's like, wait, hold up, bitch, you ain't no
Yeah.
damn stud. You just an angry mayor.
Okay, I missed the joke. Y'all laughing. What did you say? I might have to go.
No. But what I'm saying is, I was actually playing rebuttal to your little statement about stallion. We used to call women stallions back in the 80s and early 90s. Damn, she's a stallion.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that people really thought about the whole stallion being a male horse and all that stuff. But it was just, I mean, it was, and it was also one of them little things that you used to hear over TV also. Which is why I always say that people saying that media doesn't have any input. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. Yes,
And
it does.
especially on a young mind, like what you put up the other day, Kev.
I was just about to say that about the cutie thing.
I was
just about to say that.
disgusted when I saw that, and the thing, somebody's mother signed off for that shit. Somebody's parents, like you see shit like that, and you immediately know there's no way that a father is in that little girl's life. There's no way.
And I was
or you're hoping that there's no father in her life like that, because I've seen some brothers go on some weak shit, you know what I'm saying, where they're manginas and backing up this bullshit on the liberation and the freedom or the free expression. Yeah, that's one of the new ones that they're using. Free expression. It's like what is it that's so free about hoism? What's so free about it?
It's sex sales. It's gonna take them down.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead. You go ahead.
Because when you're saying, because you were saying sex sales, but when you're talking about cuties, you're talking about girls that are 11 years old. Like the premise is an 11-year-old black girl. They're talking about she got interested in a twerking dance group, which, by the way, we're the little girls in the poster. And, they're talking about she's going to explore her femininity and defy family traditions.
She's 11 years old.
At 11 years old. Yeah,
but
I was like, all right.
if these women let these white bitches define their femininity, what the hell they think they finna do? They okay. So this is the thing. It's like okay, they're not valuing motherhood no more, and they're not valuing being wives, right? So but they'll say that they want to be married, but you don't want to be a wife and you don't want to be a mother. So what is it that you want to be married for? Oh, that's for other women. These women are getting married for other women. They're not getting married to be a wife and to be a mother.
No,
it's some kind of new status, you know what I'm saying, in their gender perspective or something. They've distorted it, because that which they find freedom in, that which they find expression in, righteous expression or whatever, none of it seems to be linked to integrity. So that means that there's some type of engagement of an erosion of integrity that's going on, you know what I'm saying, with our women. That it's even more deeper erosion of integrity. You know what I mean? To the point to where now the young, they're letting the young girls really fall into this shit.
Yep.
So I mean, if you think about it, look at what they let the young men fall into, or what they let the young women fall into. Back to my whole esoteric thing. If all this shit is going super negative right now, could this be part of, par for the whole negative course or something? But black men seem to have some type of immunity to this shit. We have an immunity to this ill shit that just seems to be taking over the world, because we still remember order. We still remember integrity. We still remember balance.
But often when these narratives run rampant, we are often put on the other side of it.
We the bad guys, you mean? We the bad guys?
Yeah. We're the boogeyman.
We're bad guys. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We're the oppressors.
Look, I'll
That
give
is
them
the
strip clubs.
funniest.
I'll go as far as strip clubs. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Strip
you can
club ain't
blame
all
that
our
out.
fault, man.
You can
Strip clubs, sure. Strip clubs.
I can't do it no more.
OnlyFans, maybe. Are we
it's
responsible for the rapid
nah,
run of thotties?
nah.
I
No,
wouldn't say that at all.
No,
no.
I
not at
mean,
all.
there's a lot of chumps out there validating thoughts.
Yeah,
There truly is, but as far as it being our fault for thoughtism, nah.
nah.
Nope. Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope.
That's completely theirs.
Think
So
about wait, think about this. They even got a brother that'll go in the strip club and see a woman he like and try to turn her into a housewife.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
true.
yeah,
He'll like
yeah.
what he see. He'll like the
I spent
sparkle in
a
the
lot of
eye.
money on you.
He'll try. He'll put out his best, and she still is gonna revert back to
I spent
the
a lot of
thought
money on you.
Seen it, seen it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the fact is that just one day we was gonna wake up, but it's really gonna happen when Pookie and Ray Ray wake up. When Pookie
Mm,
and Ray Ray drop that Pookie and Ray Ray and say, you know what, I'm tired of this shit. It'll happen. Everything comes to time.
Eh, I mean, the thing that, but it takes a real deep shift for that to occur with one of them
Yep.
because the thing is, remember, that's all peer driven, and as long as they're getting a certain adequate response from their peers of whatever what I'm saying it is, then yeah, they're gonna stay that course. Because the only thing Pookie and Ray Ray can do is somewhat so-called clean up a little bit, maybe refine themselves a little bit. That's the only other thing that they could do. But
man, don't be fooled by that Pookie and Ray Ray stuff. They're the biggest cleanup men on the planet. They're the biggest damn cleanup men on the planet. They may be the big. They may account for like most of the baby daddy population, but they are the biggest damn cleanup men I have ever seen in my life. They will hook up with a woman with multiple kids in a heartbeat.
yeah,
And she'll talk shit. And she will talk shit to him. Like, wait, 5 kids,
Yeah,
but I
why he
did
go
say. But remember,
why he
I
goes
did.
screws another chick? Why he goes
Yep.
screws another chick that got kids?
look,
Like,
I used to put down the boys back in the day, and the older I get, the more I understand where he was coming from as far as the whole title and 10. You know what I'm saying? Title and 10%. He was had to be in an assumption that there was going to be a certain sector of our community that was never going to resonate in the what I'm saying upper echelon of what I'm saying being able to operate society or understand to play their position and where society operates and function how it's what I'm saying a little bit more orderly or whatever.
You mean
So
slaves. That's what you
no,
mean.
well, I ain't even finna say slaves.
not even slaves.
We'll say
I know where you're
laymen.
going with this.
We'll say laymen. We'll say those who aren't fit to govern, but they're just workers. It's like Ben Deli to him. They used to tell me all the time. He said, look, we're really just looking for workers because so a lot of people can be leader or whatever, but we're really just looking for workers. But some people don't want to be workers when that's what they're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? As far as with the Pookie and Ray Rays, perhaps the motherfuckers is exactly where they supposed to be at, but they just ain't being used the right way.
They wake up. I've seen some pookies and Ray Rays wake up. That's why I say that. Even they
Mm,
realize like it was far and few in between, but it still amazes me that damn he used to be Pookie. He listened. He woke up. He saw the shit in his own family. That's all men gotta do is one thing: listen to even what they see. Literally saying listen to what they see. And they can say that's some foul shit, or they said that's normal. So, I think Pookie and some Ray Rays will wake up. And I still say, coming from the South, what you just explained is a level of slavery. To me, you just explained you got the dead slave, and you got the slave that's just a slave and ain't gonna do shit. One
yeah,
gonna work the rest of his life, one ain't gonna do shit. Us three, entrepreneurship, we trying to get off that shit. We trying to get out of that and build.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
I don't. I'll put you like this. I don't have a complete problem with the Pookies and Ray Rays, and one of the reasons why is because I don't want the quote unquote Pookies and Ray Rays to have a complete problem with me, because when it all boils down to is that we honestly really do need each other to get through all of this. And
Mm-hmm.
I know when black men are called Pookies and Ray Rays, it really is a put down. Just like I don't want some dumbass moist dude sitting up here saying that I'm some kind of lame that hates black women.
Right.
You know, I understand that even though there is a bunch of division, one day we're gonna have to bring this together.
I mean, but the thing is, the Pookies and the Ray Rays is gonna be the motherfuckers that are bust. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yep.
That's your so-called social derelicts. Them are the ones who you really want on. You know what I'm saying? Your kill list or your killer squad, because
Yeah.
they'll pull it, and you know what I'm saying. In certain aspects of war, you can't have any remorse. That's one. I think that's one of the elements that's actually been kind of social condition out of just regular manhood. You have to have a certain level of no remorse. You know what I'm saying? A certain level of coldness at certain times. You know what I'm saying? It can't be completely trying to be proactive and enriching the 24/7. You have to have, that element. You have to have that a deeper element of that yang energy at one point, to where things, what I'm saying, can be absolute. And Pookie and Ray Ray can get absolute in that regard. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? A lot of refined cats, they don't know how to take it there no more. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's something that's directly affecting them. You know what I'm saying? But Pookie and Ray Ray, the motherfucker get it popping whenever, wherever. You know?
Where you can hear Puka Ray Ray every 4th of July. You know what they got. All you gotta do is go outside and listen to what's busting in the air.
Oh yeah, it ain't
It
black
changes
cats.
it changes every year too. It's changing every year. It's like how. Next year's like damn, okay.
Yeah.
They
But
tell
see,
you what they got, but
but see, the hard part comes in bargaining with them. The thing is, for them, how do you get them? If we need them, how do you get them to see your perspective and value it in an aspect to where they have some gain in it?
uh, you got that's a Merlin magician. We have to have a Merlin magician for that, convincing on that, because they're not gonna listen to us. They'll listen to a woman. They'll listen to their mother.
Oh
But yeah,
yeah,
we are men, so yeah, yeah, we are
yeah. I'll tell
men.
you about this one. Yeah, I'll tell you about this one fight that almost endangered my life because some girl was being disrespectful, and I'm like, bitch, you're not gonna be disrespectful to me. You can go walk in traffic. And one of these little dudes want to step up. Hey man, hey God, I got that smoke. Now you ain't gonna be disrespecting no woman like, dude, shut the fuck up. You ain't hear nothing she said. Like, I don't take
Right,
disrespect from anybody. No
right,
dog, no dog. You supposed to just let them talk and let them keep going. I was like, well, you can let them do that to you, because I never I don't cringe or cower back from dudes like that anyway.
right.
It's like whatever happens because, and one major reason, like, why, because those very same dudes will go home and beat their girlfriends.
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't listen to that shit.
I mean,
Anyway, 3 weeks later, that guy ended up in prison for knocking off
mm.
a restaurant. So,
See,
to make a long story short.
Although I didn't had talk with one of them, like on the train and stuff. Like what was it? Something happened out here in Dallas where, I'm saying, pig out of pocket or something like that. Talking to somebody about it on the train, like, yeah, man, we should do yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? If it's war, it's war. Go get them. And then they're like, oh nah, man, you talking about killing people. You can't even do all that. But wait a minute, oh, you got all these flags on and everything. So you'll kill somebody else with another flag. You'll kill another nigga quick or whatever. But when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, pig with pack of wood, really? Nah, nothing.
And he
I
do
mean,
damn near tears. They be like that dude that got blocked in that neighborhood that time, that delivery guy. And the
yeah.
motherfuckers be crying. They got all this smoke from black guys, and they be crying. And,
Ah,
oh,
that was
oh my God, why they do
disgusting.
me like that?
That was
Oh,
Was it
disgusting, man.
was that a federal ex driver?
Yeah, I think it was FedEx.
I
Yeah.
mean, man, you need to quit your job. I done ran the
Please.
motherfuckers over.
Look, you know what? You all know what we need to bring back? Or not even bring back, but we need to really hardcore establish a drop squad in every city.
Ooh.
on some
But
on some Fight Club type
Wait,
shit. You
wait,
know
wait,
what I
wait,
mean?
wait,
yeah,
Ken, wait,
yeah, you gotta do something like that on the low.
What y'all know about that movie called The Drop Squad? Dog, that was a classic movie too,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Spike Lee.
We need to make
So
that a
Spike Lee
reality,
film.
man.
The
I don't
Drop
I
Squad.
don't think that was Spike Lee. I think that was who
I thought
was
it was
that?
Spike Lee.
Nah. That wasn't Spike Lee. That was not
What
Rusty
was it? F.
Cundy.
Murray Abraham.
It
Oh,
was
Rusty Cundiff.
it wasn't Rusty Cundiff. It was the I think it was the brother who directed Ghost Dog.
Okay, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go try to find that movie. But that's classic. That's digging in the archives right there, man.
Yeah.
It's digging in the archives right there. The Drop Squad. That was a good movie. But again, our brothers seem to not want to pull together, which again they have done a wonderful job of separation. And again, the sisters, so-called sisters who ask
Right.
for protection. Why should
Hey,
I give
but
you
guess what
protection? You
though?
don't want to listen.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, protection. Yeah,
Yeah.
that conversation. But yeah, Drop Squad, Spike Lee produced.
Oh,
So it
he
was Spike.
did.
Yeah, Drop Squad.
Well, no, he
Yeah,
produced it.
yeah, I
Who
do
direct?
remember Spike.
Who's the director?
David Johnson and Clark Johnson
Damn,
That's,
brothers.
that's
so
what I'm
that's who
saying.
you was talking about.
I was thinking. I was
Yeah,
actually
but
thinking of someone else.
Spike Lee did produce it. I ought to go look for that film, and because I thought about it. I don't want to I seen another YouTuber do this. He'll kind of do like throwback reviews on movies and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
shit. Well, fuck it. I might go find Drop Squad. And we can come back and talk about the film.
Oh, for
Yep.
sure, fam. To watch films now, like that was film. There was a film I haven't watched. I don't remember what it was. But that was a film I haven't watched in years, and I watched it the other night, and I saw so many different things out of it that I didn't see before. What was it? I forgot. I forgot what it was. It was some adventure film or something. But I noticed so many different things now that I didn't notice before, and you know what I'm saying, I guess you learn how to read things differently, and you see things, you know what I'm saying, probably things within it that most people didn't even see. You know what I mean?
Right. You
But
see you see it the second time around, and it's something you got that you didn't get the first time around.
it's like rereading a good book. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. But listen up, fellas. We're at the 2 hour mark.
Ah,
All right.
got you, fam.
We
Got you.
about to wrap this up. Yeah, I felt like this is a great conversation. I
That's
feel
right.
better about each. I feel better from broadcast to broadcast, and I appreciate y'all stopping by. Helping me
Always.
out with this.
Yeah,
You
thank you
know,
for the
help me get
hospitality,
this
man.
help me get this point across. And also for those of you watching, check out Rogish the Build Monger YouTube channel. And as always, like I was saying earlier, support and check out the community tab where I'll be doing various posts and giving my thoughts, and also tune in next Friday with the subject matter would be I don't know yet, but I'm sure it would be good. But
Just wait
just
for something to go through the week. You'll have a topic. Just hold
oh
up.
yeah, man, it
2020.
was about like
2020.
I began to be like at the beginning of every week. What am I gonna talk about this week? I
Yeah.
can't think of that, and then somebody and then people, and especially, and I really hate to be condescending. Stupid people are just a gift that just keeps on giving. Somebody's gonna do something really stupid, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be able to get my perspective on it and bring a few subs in with me. So
Already.
that's what it is. This is black men being brutally honest, and a conversation like this is right up this channel's alley.
Long
And
live the habitual line steppers.
Yep.
Long live the habitual line steppers, wherever they are. And Gerald, stick around for a second after the broadcast. But
No problem.
but anyway, just a final thought. Uh, if you think that when I say this next thing, if you think that it applies to you, then it must apply to you. And I'm going to say this: stop telling grown ass black men what they should be talking about and what they should think, because y'all only going to make things worse. And you're only gonna make and guess what happens when you do that repeatedly? You just get less and less coddled. So
Yep.
anyway, this is Kev. This is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Check out the other habitual line steppers, the Roger Report. You Ain't Shit for Watching. Is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Sister George, who is part of the Breakdown, a Woman's Perspective. Check her out on that channel, and Darth Skater 7, our tech gamer blog guy. He has some really good stuff over his channel too. So, and every one of those people are in my community tab. So check those guys' video out. But I'm going to bring this to a close. So, once again, long live the habitual line steppers. In Kev we trust. Goodbye.